I don't know if I can put it into words yet. It doesn't really feel real yet, to be honest. It's weird. I'm very, very centered right now. I was before. I think it comes with the reps of how active I've been. Centered before, centered in there. Yes, a bit of adrenaline when the knockout, but even in the cage, just the centeredness I felt, even coming out. It's an interesting thing. It feels good. It feels right. Yeah.
At the very end, you climbed above the cage, and I could just see you sitting there, and you kind of just taking it all in, embracing it. Is that what was going through your mind?
Yeah. So the north tier, this side, 8 years ago, all of my friends and family were sitting right there, and they were sitting in the exact same place tonight, coincidentally. And when I was on top of that cage, I just had the full circle moment happen. Here I am 8 years later, after giving my entire being to this game, after coming through so many obstacles that nobody has any idea of. I know that I deserved this tonight. I really, really know that I deserved this. So it was that was a really meaningful moment. Thank you.
Ollie, the entrance with Foy singing was fucking sensational. And I always ask you about this, but there's a finite amount of times in your career that you get to actually do things like that in front of the whole crowd. That may be the final time you do it, or you make them down and get an opportunity to go through that again. But how special was that moment?
Unbelievable. I've been very fortunate. Foy has been a friend of mine for about 6 years. And 6 years ago when we connected, we said he's my favourite artist from here, a local hero. And all that time ago we said, someday I'll sing you out in the SSE Arena, and I said, someday we're going to do it, brother. And I swear to God, every single thing that I planned so many years ago is happening in my life right now. It's absolutely unbelievable.
It's a pretty special thing.
Dreams can come true. Dreams can come true. Sorry, brother.
Well, what's going through your head?
Give me, sorry, 1 second. What was the end of the question? Just, I want to answer it for
The
you.
question was, I mean, how does it feel to have so much? I think it's all positive energy rather than a lot of famous sports stars. Like I mentioned, McGregor will have eyes on them, some supporting them and some maybe watching them to watch, hoping they'll lose, hate watching. It feels to me like every single person in this arena watching that fight is watching it with a positive energy. I mean, that must fill you with all sorts of just positive energy, positive power going into that, and just motivation.
Yeah, absolutely. It's my dreams came true. My dreams came true tonight. Sports people have been the greatest prides of our nation. Ireland, Northern Ireland, Belfast, Derry, and all them years ago, I looked up to these people, and I always thought, maybe one day, I'll carry myself and represent the people, and it's happening. It's happening. Yeah. Cheers.
Well, what's going through your mind right now?
Maybe just sunk in. Maybe just sunk in. Gratitude, yeah. Presence. I feel very centered right now. I feel very grateful. A thank you to all of you being here with me. I feel good, Andy. Hello, Andy. Go ahead.
You couldn't have written a better story here tonight. I've thought about this for a long, long time, bringing this back. But you play it as you expect, like this seems like a picture perfect story when you walk out to the performance on top of the cage. Is this what you're reading?
I knew it was going to be special to walk out with Foy, walking me out with Grace. I knew everyone was going to sing it. I knew it'd be loud. I knew that was going to be amazing. Obviously, you don't know until you're doing it how crazy it's going to be. A couple of people were saying to me that they've been at all the big nights, and they were saying that is definitely up there in terms of atmosphere, which is like mind-blowing to me because of the legends that have come out of here, Carl Frampton, Mick Conlon, like etc. So that's unbelievable. I didn't expect to knock him out within a minute, if I'm being honest, because I kind of wanted to take a bit off my punches and stay in there and just be super, super technical and not give him a sniff. To punch hard, you have to be in range, and I kind of thought, I'm not even going to let him touch me. I'm just going to outclass him and not even get touched, because Bruno was a big puncher, a dangerous guy. He was not getting the credit he deserved in the lead up to this fight, and I knew how good he was. So I was going to take a bit off the punches, but as I said in there, I hit very hard. If I hit you in the right spot, it's over, and that's what happened.
You said in the lead up to this that this is almost more important to you than belts these days. The emotion that you displayed tonight, it's clear that you're very emotional right now. Is it because of all of the perseverance,
Yeah.
the injuries, everything
Yeah.
that's come through your career? Does that play into this?
Yeah, big time. Big time. Belts come and go. Belts come and go. Moments like that last forever, and you cannot buy that. You cannot buy that. I will take that to my grave. That is number one on my bucket list. Just ticked off tonight, so it's amazing. Thanks, Andy.
Paul, just very quickly, what do you mean to have Ryan Curtis at Gateshead? So obviously, he's not playing, obviously he's out of the vibe, he wasn't in the key fight, but of course, someone who I think means a great deal to you.
Absolutely, Ryan's a great friend of mine. Ryan, I guess, you can look at Ryan and we talk about it, and it often just reminds you what this game requires, and I don't think fighters get the respect that they deserve half the time. There's a man fully able. A freak accident in the gym can breaks his neck and his back now. Thankfully, he is walking again. In other cases, people don't walk again. That is the realities of this sport, and that is the realities of what we give and what we put on the line for this sport. One of the only things in the world that annoys me is when people disrespect fighters, because we put our lives on the line out there every single time. So, yeah, it's great to have Ryan here. He's with us throughout the week. Ryan's a great friend, and yeah, what a guy.
It's quite clear that you made the message pretty clear in the cage afterwards, but having reflected on it a bit, what exactly would you like to say? Maybe in a more measured tone to Usman Nurmagomedov.
I think I said it exactly how I was supposed to say it. Next question. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually surprised he didn't go completely out cold with the first one, because it just landed so flush. I think he was basically out of it at that point, but a couple more just to finish him off. Yeah, I really hit hard. I haven't maybe shown that much in my career. Yeah, I hurt people, but I'm developing it. I'm digging the toes in a little bit more. I'm hurting people. So I'm going to hurt Usman Nurmagomedov next. Well, I didn't have to separate any emotion. I just took the energy from that emotion and brought it with me. I'm used to high pressure situations now. I am truly a young veteran at this point, and it wouldn't have mattered if there was 100,000 people out there, to be completely honest, whether they were all cheering for me or whether they were all against me. It does not matter. I am in charge of my destiny. I am in charge of my energy. Yeah, things like that can definitely energize me. I can use it in the correct ways, but ultimately, if it was 100,000 people booing me, it would not matter. I would still get the job done. Cheers. Yeah, I feel like a young veteran. I feel like I've been doing this. To be honest, I just turned 28 years old. Maybe this is the start of the next chapter. You know, I'm not too sure. Everything's been moving so fast. I think I'm in the middle of a chapter right now. I think when I beat Usman, get the belt, and I start racking up defenses, that'll be the next chapter. But that's where I'm at right now. Yeah.
Paul, we'll watch the sellout at the SSC Arena. It means a lot to hear. Watch it at the people Clark Fountain. You sold out the Tide Concert. What would be your career favorite moment for a sellout stadium? What would it be?
The SSC Arena Belfast. Yeah. But I just ticked that one off. So when I beat Usman in Dubai, let's do the trilogy in Titanic, or let's do it in Windsor. Or if they get Caseman built in the next 6 months, so they're there.
Windsor?
Or I said Windsor, did I not? Yeah. Aye, here, anywhere. Do you want to go ahead as well? Yeah, absolutely. It's been developed. Funny you asked that. I think the last couple of weeks is some of the most time I've spent in the mornings writing and journaling. I don't know why, why just so much. Maybe I was just waking up earlier, but I was very centered the last couple of weeks. I knew I had to take this all in. It definitely has an effect. That's why I do it. I do it to be better as a person, as an athlete, as in everything, to put everything up for reflection. Yeah, so it definitely plays a factor. I have crafted myself into the person that I needed to be right here in front of you. You don't just you don't just get here without no work. I have truly, ultimately, since I made my debut here 8 years ago, done everything I possibly can to be the best person and the best athlete that I possibly can, and it's starting to pay off. Thanks for your time, everyone. Appreciate it.